Hello, everybody. What's crapping? Happy Father's Day to everybody. What's up? Yeah, I'm here with John. Hi, John. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. It's been a long day. It's been a hot day. Now it's
Tell me
cold.
about it.
Hopefully, you had a lovely Father's Day today. Nice and
Yeah,
relaxing one.
absolutely. Spent it with the kids and my wife. We went
Oh,
out to
nice.
this nature place in just outside of the city. They do this thing called the bug derby, where you get nets
Oh,
and dip into a marsh, and you collect
whoa.
different creatures, and then you realize how savage a simple marsh can be because there's all kinds of like predaceous water beetle larvae eating
Oh,
everything.
no.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
That sounds awesome. I like that.
It was cool. You don't know. It looks so serene,
Nice. You don't get to see that every day. So, go outside and witness some nature. Touch grass, as the children would say these days.
as they do.
Gotta get out there and do that. Yeah, I'm very excited to talk to you about the campaign that you have going because it looks pretty gnarly. I like these kind of books right up my alley.
Awesome. Well, I think it's something for a lot of people. I know I'm new, and there's going to be a lot of trust building over the first couple of years that I have this book available. But
Yeah.
I'm very patient, and once people start backing it and the reviews are released, more people are going to back it, and eventually I'll do a soft cover release. But for now, I'm focused on a real premium product, and that's
Okay.
the hardcover book of Inker Legends Edition.
Nice. I'm a huge fan of hardcover edition books. That's kind of the route that I've been going lately, just because, you know, you put a comic in a box and you stuff that box somewhere. But hardcovers, you can put on a shelf and grab them anytime. So
Exactly,
very
that's the
much,
whole concept of it. Something that you
yes.
can have on the bookshelf or even on a coffee table and have it
Yeah,
displayed.
love it. And I see you do have, it looks like Berserk behind you. Is that what that is?
Absolutely. The book is dedicated to Kentaro Miura.
Oh,
It's really interesting.
nice.
I'm new to manga and anime, and when I discovered Berserk, it really established a firm line in my mind of what type of story I was looking to tell myself. So I always struggled with the how dark do I want to be in my writing because I really do enjoy, like say George R. R. Martin and his level of
Yeah.
darkness that he goes to, and I'm like, where's the
Okay.
line? And then once I read Miura, it really established it for me of where I want to be. So I don't need to be, like demon porn, but we can just scale it back a little bit from that, and I'm pretty good.
I mean, it's a totally different genre that people like, anyways.
For
I
sure.
myself am a fan of demons.
Well, I love demons too.
Good
Definitely.
times. Yeah, I want to say hey to a couple people in chat, and then we get back. We'll do some introductions. We still have people popping in here. So all the way from, I don't even know what day this was, 2 o'clock. We had GT Key Comics. What is up, GT Key? I love that you're always the first one in here, always in here giving us a thumbs up and a wave. And here you go. Here I have it pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. I will be dropping it throughout the stream so that the people on Twitter and Twitch can go and click on it. Let's see. We got Michael Rushbrook in the house, another fine artist. How are you doing? And we got Michael in the house. What's up, Michael?
Hello,
Another
Michael.
dude that does art and reviews. So hit him up if you ever need any of those things as well.
Sweet.
But yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a weird time for me today, but that's okay. We're getting my late night crew back together.
Awesome.
And yeah, what I'm going to do here is let me pop the link in the chat so that everybody gets it. Here we go. Get some of this happening here. Boom. Plop there. Plop it over here to, oh no, where am I? On the Twitter. I don't listen. It's a good time. There you go. Boom. There's the campaigns. Been posted all over the place. I did see somebody else popping here. What is up, Gene? How you doing? Hello, all the way from
Hey,
Canada.
Gene.
What's everybody doing? Yeah, you got a vast mix of people popping in here, and I like seeing that. Oh, what's up, Rick? How are you doing? Yeah, we got a good haul of peeps coming in here, which I like to see from all over the places, which are nice. Yes. What's up, Rick?
It's,
Oh
it's
no,
great.
what's up, 76? Yeah, perfect. Now that we got people in here, I'm gonna make you the big because we're here for you. Boom, there you go. So for the people that do not know you, please let them know who you are, what you do, why you here.
I'm here because I've always wanted to tell stories. And ever since I was a little kid, I was telling stories, like with He-Man figures or G.I. Joe, whatever it happened to be, and just coming up with adventures. And I always loved good versus evil. And as a younger kid, like I guess like 10, 11, I had a paper
Yeah.
to buy comic books. The first comic I ever collected was the OG Infinity Gauntlet with Thanos,
Okay.
and that 6-book story. And then from there it was X-Men and Spider-Man predominantly. Usually more of a Marvel kid. But then once I lost the paper, or I quit the paper route, I stopped earning money, so I had to be a bit more frugal. And it involved going to the library. And then from there, I really transitioned into epic fantasy stories, like Dragonlance, like I'm talking like early 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, so Forgotten Realms, like big Drizzt fan back in the day. Shout out R.A. Salvatore. And I just loved the grand stories that that these guys would produce. Like, so eventually I got to Lord of the Rings. And currently I'm into manga like crazy. Like I love Berserk. Like I said before, Mira,
yeah.
huge influence. And recently, like it's maybe like the last year or so, I discovered One Piece. And that's
Okay.
Luffy
Yep.
behind me, going second year.
Nice.
And I love his character arcs in the grand story that he's producing. And just like Kentaro Miura, he's produced over 10,000 pages of manga, which is insane. And
Oh, yeah.
that's really inspirational for me and the story I want to tell. I wish that I was an artist so that I could tell my entire story in the graphic novel medium, but I'm going to be leaning into some novels as well, because the story I've been working on for over 30 years is, I have it estimated to be around 10,000 pages. So I just can't do that myself with art. So I can do it with words though. And it's a really long story that explores everything that I love about fantasy and the escapism that a good story should be able to provide for you. And there's no like real like politic nonsense in it. There's in-story politics that will be explored. Like this first book, Inker, kind of hints at that, but it's Inker itself is more laser focused on this one character, Kentaro the Inker. And the reason I chose him for my first book was because he was great at standing alone from the greater story I've developed and introducing the world and some of the world building and the unique magic that I've developed in my story world. So like if you see behind me up there, there's this planet with the lit up ring around it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that because it is a really great representation of my world. And in the story I've developed, there is a ring around the world, and that's this greater god named Orin, and he'll be mentioned in Inker. And he serves kind of like almost like an Odin-esque all-father role, but more with some like Asian fusion to it. So the concept and the imagery in the world is that he's a dragon that is so colossal that he circles the planet, and he
nice.
And he provides like magical energy to the priests that pray to him, and secrets to the wizards that want to find like the darker arts and whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then obviously Inker himself, what's really cool about him, and I've got a lot of good feedback from my readers, is his form of magic that he's created or no, I shouldn't say he created. The order he's from is this tattoo magic. And they forge these magical inks that are then inked into the flesh of the people who receive them. And they can do different powers. So there could be protection. So the cover art that Skunk did for me, he's covered in dragon scales. So that ink itself is rendered dragon scales. So it offers that type of protection, which obviously dragon scales are incredibly durable. And in addition to that, when we get to the trailer later on in our conversation, my video guy did such a great job. He animated it. I'm very new to all this, so every time I see something, I'm kind of jumping out of my seat in excitement. But there's the devil that's tattooed to his back can come out of his skin when summoned, and then it's
sweet.
It's very inspired by Japanese oni. So it's this huge, like flesh-eating devil, not a demon, because demons are a different thing. I'm sweating like crazy. My room is so crazy. My hot right now. It's funny. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Here I am in a
hoodie. You're in a hoodie and I'm dying in my house. My windows are open. It doesn't matter. At least my kids are outside of the house right now. But yeah, lots of magic. A really tight story. I just got the high res files from my letterer, Domo Arc, from 656 Comics. Him and his brother Oliver are part of that company. He just sent me all the high res lettered. So the book is 100% complete and just waiting to be sent to the printer.
Sweet.
Yeah, and
very cool.
So excited because I had a previous campaign that I worked on, but it was a partnership and it fell apart. And like we did do a crowdfunding and all of that. We didn't raise a lot of money. It just like a couple of $1,000, but all that money went to our inker. And he was a really good guy. His name was Ernest Jockson. He's out of the Philippines, and he did a great job. But then the primary artist of the project quit, and I had to. It was a great failure, and my mental health was terrible after that. But all those people that backed are going to be getting this book at no extra charge, even though the previous book was a soft cover. But that's fine, and they'll have an opportunity. I'm going to be reaching out to them. That if they're interested in upgrading to the Legends Edition tier, where that is, we can discuss that later. But I tried once on this crowdfunding thing and it failed miserably, so it won't fail again because the book is 100% complete and ready to go and fully colored. The previous book was going to be black and white, but this one is colored by Oliver Arc. Do you know those guys? 656 Comics?
Yeah. Ollie,
okay. Yeah,
I know. So, I hang in their streams. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, Ollie's my colorist. I got connected with him thanks to Rich Aiello. Rich Aiello was my initial artist for the project, but then today is his 1 year anniversary. So shout out Rich, getting married 1 year ago. He did the first 9 pages of my book, and then he got married and took on like a regular job. And he managed to get me connected with Juan Sanabria. Then he's a phenomenal young artist out of Bolivia. And Juan finished off the remaining 63 pages of art after Rich produced my 9-page Ashcan. Initially, it was really great because working with Rich, being a former tattooist and having a main character who is a tattooist, there has like a great synergy in that I felt. But it's all good. Rich did all the concept work for Inker, and we took that concept work, sent it to Skunk Artworks in Germany. I assume you know Skunk.
Yes, dude, Skunk. His paintings are fantastic. He's got some of the best artwork I've seen in a hot minute. I love all of his posts. I love the book that he just had up on. I can't remember if it was Indiegogo or from a comic. That beautiful, like a picture, like the elephant, like the nature
splash.
Thing. Yes, the splash book. Yes. Oh, yeah. So good, so pretty.
I bought a couple of copies of that, and that also came with his collected works, Dream Machine, I believe it was called, and it has all of the paintings he's ever produced, and it's great. It's in my office somewhere. And then what's great is that my obviously my painting is in there. Hey, Bon, my cover is across the page from Aaron Lepresti's Wraith of God, which is good company, and I quite enjoy that.
Nice. And thank you, Michael. Yes, if you want to go ahead and like and repost the stream, please do so. That way we get more people's eyes on your campaign. Please go ahead by all means and do that. I'm very excited to get to talk to you about this book because I think it looks really neat. It is literally some of my favorite things that I love, like just of all times, just wrapped up into one book. So I'm very excited to get over here and go check this out, which I'm actually going to go to your page now. You can actually get into this because I'm very excited to go over this. This looks actually amazing. So here we are. You are on Fund My Comic. So if the people that are watching that are unfamiliar with Fund My Comic, it's basically the same thing as all the other campaigns. I do believe as you pledge, the money comes out immediately from your campaign on Fund My Comic. It's been a hot minute since I've backed anything anywhere. But yes, you can add stuff to your cart. That's why there's like a shopping cart down here. over in your corner. So if you want to add more than one tier, you can do that and just check out, which saves everybody a whole bunch more time doing any of that. But yeah, you have this up. It's kind of as a storefront right now. You already have completed your funding goal because it's just a storefront at this point, which is very awesome. I think that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So anything at this point, you're just going to be making your money back and hopefully getting more to another fund more of your book in the next future. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will play your trailer in a second, but I'm going to go down here. I just want to open up some of the artwork, which I think is really neat. Yeah. What happened?
Oh.
The hell just happened? Why is it downloading it? That's weird. Open image, new tab. It's downloading. What in the hell? Okay. Try that again. Nope. Why is it doing that? What the hell?
That's odd.
Run my comic. What is going on? All right. All right. See if I can just open what? Okay. It's not even opening an image. What is it doing? Well, that's bananas. I've never had that happen before. Interesting. Let me try refreshing. Maybe it's just wonkadoodle at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Open. What? Okay, I guess not. Won't let me do that. All right. Let me play your trailer because I don't know what the hell is happening. So that's due. All right. Now, I've already braced you for this before. I have to unplug for this. I have to set this up. So you're going to hear yourself. I know. Just listen. If I could just get this going, that'd be fine. I have not been kicked out. So, haha, suck it, StreamYard. There you go. But I know. That's terrible. Let me see. Open this. Watch on YouTube. Make it big. I just want to make it big. Can I not make it big from there? Okay. We are big. We're gonna watch it. No, stop. I did not hit play yet. Oh my god. Listen, this is how we do it here. Not pro, whatever. All right, cool. Listen, I like it more like that. You get chaos. That's where I thrive, and the chaos realm is, that's where I'm at. All right, let's watch your thing. I also like that your name is Pick Up the Sword Studio. I like your logo. I think it's pretty neat.
Thank you.
I like that. It's interesting. I dig it. All right, let's play this thing. Let's watch this.
Let's do it.
All right. Is there volume? Oh, here. Let me bump that up. Dope trailer. It's pretty awesome.
That's by Pedro Caicedo, and he did a great job. It was a lot of fun working with him. I waited until I had all the art done, and then I sent him everything I had and let him go crazy with that. And he did a really spectacular job.
No, I think it's awesome. I think the music fit perfectly with that, and I really like the way that the art was like animated. I thought it was super cool. Very nice.
He did a really cool job with that.
Yes. And here, what I'm gonna do right now is because you kind of starting your own YouTube channel, so I'm dropping the link in there in one of your subs. So yeah, if people go in there, hopefully you drop more links to your book and start talking about more of that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I'm probably gonna be leaning into a lot of world building talk about the story, because the city itself that Inker is set in is called Cloud Peak. and it's inspired by a lot of different cities from our own world's history. And one of the primary district that the story takes place in is called the Canals, which was in that trailer, and that is like a Renaissance Venice. So there's lots of canals and like 3 to 4 story buildings, and then from there it switches over to the Seven Hills district, which is inspired by ancient Rome, because Rome is built on 7 hills, and then it ends up in the holy city called Theravasa, which is a city dedicated to that all-father god that circles the planet. Yeah, there's a lot of world building in the story, but it's more seeds being planted for the reader as opposed to being slapping them over in the face, overwhelming them with the world building. That's what I love about working with artists and in the graphic novel format is you allow the world building to be seen and you don't even really actually need to describe it. I don't know if you're familiar with the show Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
So that show does a masterclass of world building without the audience even realizing it, where you'll see ruins in the background or you'll see like an ancient battlefield in the Earth Kingdom, but the story just kind of passes through it without, you know, the character stopping and being like, oh, in this place there was a battle fought 1,000 years ago. I strive to do that as well with Inker, and I feel like I achieved it, that the story passes through the city of Cloud Peak really well, and you get to see some different parts, and then you just continue to follow along with Kentaro the Inker. And there's my all-star cast.
Yeah, I really, really, really love the art style on here. I'm just kind of trying to save the images because it just won't let me open them in another tab.
Right, sure.
So I'm going to do that just so that I can show off some of these in a minute. But I think the artwork is absolutely fantastic. And this right here is your cover, which is the one from Skunk Works. I think this is so cool. I think he just absolutely nailed that painterly, just cool style. So good. Such a huge fan of his artwork. I love seeing all that. I love the use too of like just the character design is really neat. I like the demons and just the cool stuff happening. I kind of also like that. It looked like in the trailer, like if I can go back up here, it kind of gives me like a tad bit Western for some reason, just for a little bit.
That was just that was the artist's choice, because I provided them the script, and then there was certainly like some discussion on character design and some reference shots of who I wanted them to kind of look like. But then from there, I was just like, I want you guys to tap into your top creative juices and just let it rip. Like with the cover that Skunk did, it's inspired by the OG Star Wars, like A New Hope movie poster, where you had Darth Vader looming in the background and then the heroes in the front. But I subverted it by putting the hero in the background, kind of looming over the scene. And then we have the antagonist of the story, the witch girl, standing in the foreground in her garb, and she's a lot of fun. Like, this book is not what you will expect when you read it, and it's 72 pages of really tight story, and everybody who backs that legendary or the Legends package get a print of that Skunk artwork cover as a print. And it'll be an 8x10 print, and it's without the letters that Domo put on the cover.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you get this. Awesome. It's just like the behind me. I'm just going to adjust my camera for a moment. I have the.
Wait, well, let me make you big for a hot second.
Thank you. I have.
Oh yeah, now you can see the original. Ooh, yeah.
So when that arrived, I immediately had to go out and get a really appropriate frame for it, and so everybody gets that. In a small version. I love that painting. I stared at it endlessly, and I really wrestled with having my office set up so that it would be in front of me, but I prefer it behind me so that when I'm chatting with people talking about the book, I can show it off. Exactly. And I got Luffy there behind me as the inspiration.
You gotta have Luffy, and you gotta have the good stuff. Let me tell you, we are all fans of all of that. And you have some cool, interesting tiers here. I like this Legends package. You get a whole bunch of stuff in here. You're gonna get a 72-page hardcover. You're gonna get to the print that's by Skunk, that which is the cover on there. Then you're also gonna get certificate. What is this? A title certificate? What's that all about?
That's inspired by the what is it? Lord title Lord, where they were. I heard this thing on YouTube or like in advertisements on different channels where you could become a Lord of Scotland, and it would like develop. So it's
you
the
get
same
a 1 by 1 foot piece of whatever, and you become a count or a lord or
exactly.
whatever. Yeah,
you know what it is. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You'll get an official title of a legend in the world of Trials of Gods and Men, because this is like grassroots, first floor level building, and everybody who helps me out right now is a legend in my eyes. So you get a title because of it, and then you also get the lifetime membership to my Substack, which I'm currently building. And what that's going to be is it's going to be a manga style release schedule of chapters of the remainder of the Trials of Gods and Men saga, which, as I said earlier, it's around 10,000 pages. And I produce about a chapter a week right now. So I'm banking those, and then those will be getting released. So if you love fantasy and you love a big story, for $100, you will get 10,000 pages plus Inker itself in this beautiful hardcover edition. And
that's crazy.
I love big, complicated, nuanced stories with incredible magic and even more fascinating characters with great story arcs. They obviously, One Piece has great character arcs, lots of emotional payoffs, and Berserk is Berserk. I don't even really need to talk about what Kentaro the Inker does
legendary.
to guts, right? And then also for that tier, when you back it at the $100 price, that will include the shipping.
Okay, cool. It's also worldwide shipping. You're globally shipping everywhere. That's amazing.
If somebody wants it, I have dream aspirations of One Piece level of success and that type of fandom where people in India know One Piece and people in China know One Piece. Everybody around the world knows One Piece, and we're starting out. And this is like my dream project that I've been working on for over 30 years. So I want people to get involved right now because I'm working on it anyways. And the more people that join now, the value is even better. And I mean, there will be future graphic novels that I produce outside of the context of the 10,000 pages. It'll still be, everything I produce is set within the Trials of Gods and Men epic fantasy saga. But I have a couple of projects that I have artists agreed to work on, but that's a couple of years out because I'm just focusing on Inker and my own writing. And then there will be announcements in the future when those things are need to be announced. But
very cool.
Inker itself is probably a one-shot, though. Of course, being a writer that has problems saying goodbye to characters, I have a sequel concept in mind. But that's not for today.
Nice. So that was all included in your $100 tier, and then for your $50 tier, you just want the book. You can just get the book because it's a hardcover 72-page massive book. It looks like. And let's see. And then for $25, if you just want the cover art, which is your 8x10, you can also get that as well. That's amazing.
So if somebody wants to get for whatever reason they don't want all the other perks of the story, they can get the print, they can get the book, and that's enough. But like at that point, you might as well just get the $100 package.
True. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in there. Let's see. I really like the artwork that I'm seeing here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing this one so I can open up the pictures that I just saved from the campaign. Super. I don't know why it won't let me just open those for whatever reason, but yeah, let me just check these out. Okay. So let's see. Is it showing it? Yes.
There you are. Yeah. So this is Juan Sanabria. The picture on the left, that is the first piece he produced post Rich's first 9 pages. And This was the first art he sent me, and he blew me away with it. And he just captures this monastic order that Kentaro comes from, and this is all explained and explored in Inker. It's a really great exploration of one man's journey through life when you're hounded by demons. And
let me. Aha, there we go. Now I can go back. Well, still won't let me. There we go. Now I can go back and forth. Okay. So here, yeah, there we go. Now it's letting me do it. Let's see. This skunk artwork is so good. I don't know if I can blow this up where you guys can actually see this, but dude, he just crushed this. This looks so good. Ooh. And I love the witch lady that you have on here. Let me tell you, witches are some of my favorite characters. I go bananas for them every time I see them. Witches, demons, let's go. That's the best. You can't go wrong with any of that stuff. It's fantastic. But man, the artwork in here is awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite pages. This is the part of the book where it goes centerfold on you, where you have to rotate it.
Ooh, okay.
90 degrees. So it's a real challenging project to try to release digitally. So I'm just not going to bother because it wouldn't hit the same way. It's really designed to be read in a physical medium. And yeah, I mean, we have impaled people, like heads are impaled, and then we have this great demonic warrior on the right side of that page. And I love the manga-esque exaggeration of the blade in the background of that left side of the page.
Yeah, I love that. Just an eyeball. Just
an eyeball hanging out.
Yeah, and pro eyeballs and skulls. I love it. I love this spider here that's got like the skull on the back. It's awesome.
He's that's explained.
Very cool.
It's not just a random spider. It's part of the mythology of the world.
Oh,
and
cool.
Then and then we have the evil, another old witch.
Yes, right up my alley. Let's go, witches. This is cool too. I really like the color palette that was used in here. I like these like muted but harsh like blacks and darkness. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's Ollie. He has Ollie. Such a great style, especially when he's paired with Rich. Like Rich is such a phenomenal artist in his own right, and then Oliver is he's a master. You know, he works so quickly. Like as soon as he locks into the project, after the flatter has done their work, he just obliterates it. I really love. Oh, now I'm pointing again. I really love Rich's explosions. It's vibrant. Even in the black and white, I stared at the black and white art for so long of this piece that I contemplated just doing it black and white, but seeing it colored got rid of that notion pretty quickly.
It's weird.
Yeah. And then Kentaro, the character design of Kentaro was really great. I really love what Rich did. And then
because you said it's also about the tattoos. That's where the powers and stuff come from.
Definitely. I believe in that concept of like knowledge is power, and that's really Kentaro. He has so much experience because he's not like a young guy. He's kind of middle aged, and he's kind of seen it all. He's very stoic. So when you're reading the book, his reaction to things is he's pretty calm, even though things are going crazy around him. But he also is secure that he has this arcane protection, that dangerous situations aren't necessarily so dangerous for him. And it was a really fun magic to design and figure out how to work it without making it overpowered and just kind of making him invincible. And just the way the magic works is I like things that are not so simply explained. That I like weaknesses within magic and characters. No, there's not really any great characters that don't have weaknesses in fiction.
Cool. I like this a lot. This is really neat. I think the art style is awesome. I like that the tattoo scales. Is this the same guy? Like, is it changing as he's getting progressing through the story?
No. So in this page, this is foreshadowing. this page, so the previous page of the explosion and Kentaro exposed, that's a double splash page.
Okay.
And then this is where you turn the page, this is a flashback. So Kentaro is the baby being handed over to a monastic order. So there's even in our own world, in different cultures, sons would sometimes have like a certain career or a destiny set aside for them depending on their birth order. In the world that kind of falls under the purview of Orin, the All-Father God, third sons will be handed over to a religious order, whether it's a church or perhaps it's like a Shaolin style temple. In Kentaro's case, he was handed over to the Temple of Skylanthabar. And Skylanthabar is a son of Orin. And it's the Skylanthabar is the rendition of him as the dragon above the temple. And he's made in the image of his father. So Skylanthabar is also a dragon, just less grand in stature. He doesn't circle the planet.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome. Lots of lore.
Oh, I love it. I'm huge on that. I'm huge into some Chinese manhwas right now. Anything to do with like the demon sex or the other different sects of martial arts tiers. I'm huge into that kind of stuff.
Cool.
It's very cool. I love this like orange splash technique that Ali used that's going outside the lines too of the panels. It's very cool.
Yeah. It's super cool. I'm so amazed at what artists can produce because I just don't have that talent. I have words and I can describe things, but they blow my mind. And then there's like, this is one of my favorite pages.
I love this panel. I think it's gorgeous. I love the color tones that are used too, because you do have like those solid like primary colors, but I love like these muted, just kind of like pastel themes that are happening in some of this. I love it. So it's such a pretty contrast.
Yeah, it allows for the drama of the violence with the background is there, like the geography, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's that world building not standing out and trying to like dominate the stage. It's there and it's portrayed very well.
Yeah, the way that he did the scales, like the dragon scales and the tattoos, it looks literally like tattoos at the way that he did it, but it's still like delicate. It's gorgeous.
It's spectacular. I remember him sending me updates of the work, and I think he spent about 2 months producing this. Like it started out with sketches, and then he slowly started to build up the oil paint, and every level of it, I was blown away at his level of skill. He's such an incredible talent. I'll always shout out Skunk's work, and whenever he's working on a project, I will definitely be backing that project.
Oh, for sure.
He's such a talented artist and a great guy. I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of conversations with him, not in person, obviously, just over the internet. And he's he's a family man and just a really great guy. And I wish him nothing but success in his artistic endeavors.
Yeah, I love seeing more of their work, and I think it's fantastic. Very much been a fan of his since I've seen it for the last couple like years or so, since I've been like really big into like this indie scene here. But yeah, no, his artwork is fantastic. A lot of the posts that he does too, just for like the random paintings that he does, it's just fantastic. So good.
Yeah. And then here we have, this is that magic I was talking about, where he can trap a creature in the skin. And this is like secret magic of the monastic order that he comes from, of trapping trapping an Oni specifically. Like in theory, he could put like a tiger in your skin or a snake or whatever. Like often I'll ask people when I see them, I'd be like, what? So if your tattoo had a magic power, what would it do? And if it's like an animal, they think, well, the owl might come out or the snake might be able to come out. And for him, this Japanese style Oni leaps out of his skin to his defense, and just it's not a tamed devil. It's a bloodthirsty, flesh-consuming monster that wants to murder everything except him because they're friends. But he's always he has the I didn't really enjoy the movie, but the movie Venom with Tom Hardy, where he always hears Venom in his mind talking to him. that's kind of the relationship that Kentaro has with this devil. The devil's name is Kothon. So Kothon is always, like, if it was a movie, it would be very kind of, you could compare it quite well to how Venom is portrayed, where there's just this monster.
Okay.
Just like if there's a slight problem, like, you know, if you got bad service at a restaurant, Kothon would be like, let me out so I can eat him. And,
I like that. That's
you know,
fun.
Kentaro's a good guy, so he doesn't let the demon out or devil out, except in emergencies. And the reason we keep referring to him as a devil is because there are demons in the world, and that's the primary evil of the story is a demon. And the concept I have for the in-world mechanics of it is devils exist essentially from the first age of this world, and they're these incredibly powerful kind of prime material world beings that they call the world its home, but they serve their own purposes, and they're, you know, evil, whereas demons are something more along the lines of The Exorcist. So they kind of come from a different realm, and they don't necessarily have a form. So like they like to possess things, and they like to manipulate from the shadows and corrupt weak men into doing evil deeds. I have a lot of other stories that I've written that play with that that concept, as opposed to these devils, which are true physical beings and despise demons, because it's kind of like that concept of like the war between hell and the abyss, like the two evils fighting themselves in some great eternal war. And for these tattooed monks, the tattooed monks have managed to find a way where they can work with the Oni, probably because they exist in kind of the same obscure regions of the world, like high up in the mountains, where they cross paths, and the monks are quite powerful in their own right.
Very nice. I really dig this artwork. I think it's pretty awesome. This is so cool. I love that you're using that for the cover. It's so good.
Rich, I sent Rich, I think, 10 different images for her specifically, and like different ceremonial outfits from like the Himalayas in India and like Southeast Asia. And then I want this concept of like blood magic, and that she's not like an old woman. She's like a younger woman, and she's very dangerous. And you get to learn all about her in the pages of Inker.
Exciting. I like that. I'm a huge fan of all that kind of stuff. Let's go. Once again, the artwork is phenomenal. Artist did a great job. Colorist did a great job. Just nailing everything that's in here. Oh, what happened? Love it. I think it looks fantastic. Very cool. The story sounds really unique too. I like the use of the tattoo. I like that's called Inker, by the way, that you can do like the powers embedded inside the tattoo inking. I think that's fantastic. I think that's really neat. I very much like this. And I like that you can see kind of here what's happening. Yeah,
that's another flashback scene that takes place later in the book, where the man doing the tattooing is the same one that received him. And he basically like took Kentaro as a baby, and he's the master to Kentaro's apprentice. And the master is the one who tattoos the devil into Kentaro's skin. So you can even see that Kentaro doesn't even have the dragon scales at this point.
Yeah.
And he's earning his devil tattoo as a young man.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's a really, my dream now actually with this book is to see it be adapted into probably not live action, but like an animated film, because it would be amazing.
Let me see if I can go here, because right here you can see where the demon is in the back, and then he's got this dragon scales over here, which is pretty neat. So that's where he's getting the tattoo right there in the middle of the back. Exactly. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
It's really cool. I love mythology from all over planet Earth, like no matter where it's from. Like there's a great Chinese epic called Journey to the West,
Mhm.
and there's like what's his name? Not King Shikwan. It's the monkey. He's like the
Sun
god of the
Wukong.
monkey. Sun Wukong. That's it. Thank you. And it's about him traveling with the Buddhist monk, and they cross paths with so many demons and monsters, and it's such an amazing epic.
Yeah.
It's a big inspiration in the type of adventures and trials that the heroes face. Of course, that's obviously very different. It's written in a
Oh
different
yeah.
time, right? You couldn't really get away with trying to do something like that now. Though Sun Wukong, I see him all over the place. Like there's a Sun
All over the
Wukong
place.
show
Yeah.
on Netflix. There's the Sun Wukong video game out now.
Yes. There's a
Um,
whole bunch of Kickstarters that are happening right now that have to do around their versions of Sun Wukong, which is also Son Goku and some other names, different countries, because
sure.
a bunch of other countries have adapted that over the years, which I think is phenomenal. Well, I mean, you got Dragon Ball based off of that. There's
Right.
like
Yeah,
a bunch
totally.
of fascinating things over the years. Yeah, no, if you're a fan of all of that stuff, I would definitely look into some of the other Chinese manhwas that are around. They're amazing. They're really fun. I've been reading big into Oriental Heroes and Storm Riders for since the 80s. Let's go. That's some good times. You would like all of that stuff. It's fantastic.
I
It's
bet.
really cool stuff. Yeah.
That sounds
Let's see.
cool.
Let me go back to your campaign page here. Let's see. But I think this is really neat. I think everything I've seen from it, I think is fantastic. I really do dig all the stuff that you got going on here. I love the art. I love the story. I really love this trailer. I think the trailer is phenomenal. It's just really cool looking. I dig it a lot. And it also says here that your estimated shipping is around possibly September-ish, which is coming up right around the corner. So,
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
my order is going to be going into the printer quite
Nice.
soon because I have a lot of pre-sales locally,
Hmm.
and I'm also, as I said, I'm going to be fulfilling that previous campaign I read with this edition, or this book rather. And
Yeah.
there's a high likelihood that people who order now will be getting it before September 1st. And rolling forward, this campaign is going to stay up, and people will be able to order the book. Uh,
Yeah.
just going forward
Nice. That's
indefinitely.
amazing.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that. So, because
go
right
ahead.
now it's at a hardcover. And what size is the hardcover? Just a regular size hardcover edition?
It's the 6.625 by 10.25,
Okay.
the standard comic book
Okay.
measurements.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
it's a nice size. And
Nice.
in the future, I might do like an oversized version, which I think would be really fun.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
I would just have to go back to Domo and Oliver and just get them to reformat it. And then
Yeah.
it wouldn't, I mean, I shouldn't say it wouldn't be a lot of work. It would be a certain amount of work that they would be paid for, obviously. But
Yeah.
I think it would be a cool book to see in an oversized edition. But this first one is
Oh, sure.
it's that standard size, and it will look really beautiful on people's coffee tables or on their
Yeah.
bookshelves.
Looks gorgeous. Everything. It looks amazing. So I am very much looking forward to this. I'm gonna share this around all over the place because I think it's just super cool. I think more people need to see what this is all about. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. It sounds awesome. It looks amazing. I mean, I don't know what else you guys would want, but this looks just straight up dope. It's literally all the things that I love, and I know a bunch of people watching like this kind of thing too. So this is very cool. I'm very much a fan. So way to
I
go. This is awesome.
agree. Thank you. And like I said, it is technically the first book that I am releasing, but
Mhm.
it's I had a team of pros helping me out on the artistic side of it. My editor did a great job. The art is top notch. The story
Yeah.
itself has been edited over and over again as I had art coming in. It just would be inspire me. So the book itself was 18 months. I did 30 different drafts of this book, and it's all based off of the world that I've been developing for over 30 years. And it's all my love that I have for the epic fantasy genre of storytelling combined with the graphic novel medium of storytelling.
Yeah.
I'm prone to before this book, when I would try to tell a story, I would get kind of like get caught up in the world and the world building, where I would just kind of open the floodgates to hell of my mind, where this world story exists, and just kind of gush information. That I did not do that with this book. It's very much a tight focus on the character of Kentaro the Inker and the trials he has to go through. And then here's an interesting thing. The Inker fan art will, for anybody who produces art and just follows the simple instructions that are posted there, you can earn 30% off your purchase price.
Oh, nice.
They just have to share it out in social media and tag me with a couple of hashtags, and
okay,
we'll send them a discount code.
Ooh, nice. That's awesome. It's a really good deal, especially if you want to get that $100 tier. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is really cool. Dig it a lot. What I'm going to do is drop a couple links in the chat. Let's see. The floodgates to hell of my mind. That's badass. Yes, I think it is very badass. I will be dropping a couple links right now. If you want Skunk Works, you can find him here. Where am I at? There we go.
Yeah. Skunk is the man. He is such a phenomenal
Skunk
artist.
is awesome.
He's currently coloring Odin Dasko's Kill Them Dead. And
yes.
they're dropping some sneak peeks of that, and it looks amazing. Odin is like, we're just grinding away on that project. It sounds like it's another big book. And then Skunk just released that he's got his own comic book coming out called Behind the Trees, I believe. Something along those lines. And I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, it's awesome. Let's see. I dropped yours already. I'm going to drop your Twitter in here too so people can go follow you on here.
Thank you. And if anybody wants to follow me on YouTube, that'd be great also. I'm looking to do something comparable to you where I can interview creators.
Oh, cool.
And but like kind of a long form conversation, because I love getting to know people and just immersing myself in the artistic world and finding out what other people are up to and just having really great conversations with people. It's a lot of fun. I love meeting different people and finding out what they're working on.
I've had so much fun doing this over the last 2 years now. I think it's been just absolutely amazing, and I've loved every single person that I've met on here. I think it's been just so much fun. Now I'm going out and meeting them at cons, which I think is even better. It's great. This looks fantastic. It's amazing, and I'm going to be sharing this all over the place. But I think it's really, really neat. I think it has something that a lot of people, if you love manga, if you love Asian like mythology kind of things, it's just fantastic. It sounds like just a great fantasy story. So I think it sounds amazing. So let's go share this all over the place, because I think we need way more people ordering this. This is awesome.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what else to say. This is just dope. Let me see. Did I already drop 6x6? No, I dropped that one in there. Oh, I did drop 6x6. Yeah, so I dropped the YouTube for 6x6. I know Ollie and them, they do a couple of their own shows every now and then. I don't know if they're still doing it right now, but Skunk, I dropped his links as well. I think you can get still his the Splash book might still be available. I'm not sure, but I know he had that up on Indiegogo for a hot minute. But that thing looks amazing.
It was really great.
Oh yeah, his watercolors, his paintings are just top notch, top level. It's so good. Love seeing all of this. It's so cool. But yeah, this is great. I don't even know what else to say about it. I think it's amazing. It looks fantastic, sounds fantastic. It's awesome. I love that you put your writers and stuff down here, your artists, everybody over in here. Awesome.
They're such a great team to work with, and the book wouldn't have been the quality that it is without them. As a writer, it's like I've been writing for 30 years just as a hobbyist, and this is my first real book that I've produced, and being able to lean on them, knowing that I could count on the art being top notch, really relieved stress from me. And like, we're all creators are neurotic, full of self-doubt and self-loathing. So just knowing that I could rely on that aspect, it just kind of helped me ignore all those mental weaknesses and produce the very best book that I could. And they were all like the Arc brothers were just so great to work with. Whenever there was a concern, I could just reach out. Things would get sorted. Like the number of edits I sent back to Jomo of being like, I missed a comma. He was just always like, yeah, no problem, I'm on it. And then Juan was great working with him. I think he's like 25 and just a phenomenal talent. There's so many funny moments that even though all our communication was via instant messenger for the most part, We had a few face-to-faces through the StreamYard, but like this one time he kind of disappeared, and he didn't even disappear. It was like 2 weeks where I didn't hear anything from him. And he reached out to me and saying like, "Hey man, I'm really sorry I didn't get in touch with you recently, but there was a military coup in my country." It's just like, oh, okay, well, are you okay? And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. Everything's good. Everything's back to normal." And I was like, "Okay, good. So that's a good thing." And then like Bolivia ran out of American money,
Oh
so
no.
had to transition from paying him American dollars to Bolivianos. And yeah,
Oh,
it's just the story of
what?
Inker outside the book is fascinating. And yeah, all good guys, all really, none of
Yeah.
my team are drama farmers on social media,
No.
which is
Fantastic.
so
Gotta
good.
love that. Nobody's.
Yeah, that's not that's not what I'm after at all. And I wanted to produce a book that was just really top notch, really, leans into the epic fantasy genre, and what is the most recent term, like romantasy. Like
Yeah.
this is just a fantasy story without any of that other stuff.
Okay.
Like it's just
Sometimes you need that.
a classic escapist story,
Yeah.
and 72 pages, like that should be maybe an hour. And
Yeah.
all the feedback I've received from my readers was that you need to read it more than once to really
Ooh, cool.
grasp what's happening. And that was intentional in my effort to write it. It's not it's not spoon feeding the story to the reader. It's
Yeah.
subtle, and it's dark, but not over the top. It's really written as something that could be like marketed to teens. Because like when you go to the bookshop now, you see all the like Demon Hunter and One
Yep.
Piece and all the stuff that is in like the teen manga section. And I thought like that's where I ideally would like to see this, because teens have parents' money.
Yes. They got that Fortnite money.
Exactly right. Exactly
That
right.
takes some of that Fortnite money away. That's right.
Yeah,
I just want to highlight this for a minute. I
Sure.
like that you loved Onimusha and Fatal Frame. Well, look what I got in the mail the other day. Right there. Here, let me be bigger. Here.
Onimusha.
Yeah, this is awesome. Could win a trip to Japan and everything, but it's like a remastered edition of Onimusha is coming out. So I got that in the mail the other day, which is pretty neat.
That's cool.
I know, it's awesome.
They
Good time
know
stuff.
how to tell a story in Japan.
They
And
sure do. I'm a huge
especially
fan.
the long form storytelling. That's one of the great things that really inspired me with manga was there really is like a heavy fantasy influence to a lot of their stories, and obviously it's like
Yeah.
focused into the niche that it is, like the pirate world of One Piece, or the the darkness that is Berserk. But
Yeah.
seeing how they do it really inspired me to lean into how I wanted to tell my story of just, a long narrative that just continues to grow in scope and power
Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah, and I like that it kind of seems like it would fit in all those different worlds, but it's its own unique thing. But
Mm-hmm.
it does feel like it could fit in all of those different like fandoms that you have going on, like the One Piece, the Berserk, the Journey to the West kind of stuff. I think it fits like all in that range, but I think people that would love that would really like this. It
Yeah,
looks great.
absolutely. And part of I'm not saying that this is the concept, but when I see other people that are producing epic fantasy books, I see it how it could fit within my universe. So like the Barton brothers have Kozor, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Like that could just happen in a corner of my world, because the world I've created is so huge. Not that I'm saying like I'm gonna like have that happen,
Crossover.
but
Corey,
if there's
get on some
right,
sexy demons. Let's go, Corey.
yeah, sexy demon. He does a great job of that.
Oh yeah, just
but
fantastic stuff. Yeah.
having like the future, who knows where it's going to end up, but if there was like working with other artists who were interested in working in the world I've created, would be a lot of fun, whether as writers or whatever it may be. The sandbox I've made is very large, and other people can exist in it as well.
Very cool. I think it's awesome. I think it really is very cool. And like you said, I could see it as like even not really like a live action, but I could definitely see it like a game or like a really cool animated, like adult style animated kind of thing. Huge
Definitely.
into those. Those are some of my favorite animes or this kind of genre of stuff, and I dig all that kind of thing. So I could really see that happening. So listen, animator people, you see this, hit him up.
Definitely.
Let's go.
Get some of that
Yeah.
Netflix money and make it happen.
Get out of that. Yeah, you get it there. But very excited. There's a couple of things that are coming out this year. I'm very excited for. One Punch Man. What is it? Season 2 of One Piece, I believe, is also coming out soon. There's a lot
Did
of
you
good things.
enjoy the live action One Piece?
I've not watched it yet, just because I am behind on things. But I try not to watch too many, otherwise my heart will be crushed galore. Yeah, I also have not seen the Bleach live action movie, and I have so many favorite dudes that are in that movie, and I have not. Uh, I can't do it, but eventually I will. Because I watched the Death Note live action Netflix. That
Mm-hmm.
kind of killed things for me. That I kind of put stuff off for a long time, not watching things, and now I'm kind of back to like I just finished Tokyo Gold because I put it off for so.
Gotcha.
That's where I'm at in the realm of anime at the moment. Yeah, but eventually I'll be catching up. What is up, Christina? How are you doing? Let's see. Live action One Piece is staying on the anime and the manga. Oh, people that like it though. Listen, out of all the ones I've seen, it's fairly decent. Like the what I've heard about it, or like what I've seen like in the trailers and stuff, because I have not seen this yet. It looks pretty decent. I think they nailed those characters in there, but yeah, I've not fully seen that yet. So eventually we'll get there. I do see how they animated Chopper for the season 2. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah.
The
I got
it's definitely an adaptation.
Yeah.
It's like have you seen the live action of Avatar the Last Airbender?
Yes.
Did you watch that? So that I liked it, but it's not the Avatar the Last Airbender cartoon.
Yeah.
Like it was
Exactly.
good, but they did it so differently. And that it's comparable to the One Piece adaptation, where
Okay.
it's totally different. Like they're hitting certain story beats from the first season,
Yeah.
but I much preferred
Yes.
the anime.
Yeah. Listen, I understand you. I understand you because my favorite thing of all time is Bleach. I still haven't even watched the new season of this just because I've not got that far yet. I have not watched the live action only because I do not want it to like destroy my vision of my Bleach. Was my thing way back in the day.
Right?
Uh,
Totally.
I know. Let's see. Okay. Nice. Yeah, Airbender cartoon was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to the chorus stuff yet for Airbender. Eventually, I'll get there. Yeah, no, that was cool. I think this is really cool. If you guys are just joining us, we are going over your book for Inker, which is really cool. It's on Fund My Comic right now. Let me drop the link one more time so you guys can go check this out. Very neat. You got a hardcover, 72 pages, really kick-ass action. Let me show the slides off one more time. Oh shoot, what did I do? Present screen. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. This right here is the cover. This is done by Skunk Works, Skunk Artworks. It's fantastic, super good. This is going to look fantastic on a hardcover. And let me just go to the end here. But yeah, here are some of the panels of some of the interior pages. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
really. Wait, hold on.
Juan Sanabria, colored by Oliver Ark. The letters that are then will be added that aren't here are done by Dominic Ark, and he's phenomenal. His letters are so tight. And here we have the magic part of the magic of the world, the application of the Oni tattoo that it will be seen on the cover. That for anybody seeing it now, check out the trailer. You'll see what we're talking about.
Yes,
it's super cool.
Let me get to this panel over here. So let me leave this up. And want to describe what the book is about one more time because we got a bunch more other people watching us now that weren't here earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. So the story Inker is about the titular character Kentaro the Inker. It's inspired heavily by the master Kentaro Miura of Berserk fame, and it follows the story of Kentaro as a middle-aged man in the city of Cloud Peak which is the greatest city in the world. I could talk about Cloud Peak itself for hours on end. And Kentaro possesses this arcane tattooing magic that allows him to do a lot of different unique powers upon himself or others. And one of them is the ability to bind creatures into the skin of others. So for him, his master bound this Oni / devil into his skin that is his guardian. And the core of the story is Kentaro being discovered by ancient enemies and hunted by the demons of his past. And the story of Inker is him coming to terms with that and dealing with those dangers that have been following him effectively his whole life. And his guardian, Kothon, plays a big part in helping him stay safe.
It's very cool. And if you get to that first panel that I showed earlier, you can see where, right here, you can see where that tattoo is being added onto him, where he's getting that demon Oni tattoo on the back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very neat.
And that's that traditional method of just like, it's not a needle gun. Yeah, right? It takes time and it's very painful.
Mm-hmm.
And the monks that he comes from are a real stoic group of men who live in the mountains.
Yeah.
And, they're just incredibly hard people, to kind of inspired kind of like by the Shaolin monks and what they do. And then you just bind that into the epic fantasy world building, and they can forge these magical tattoos.
That's right. I think it's fantastic. I really like the lore of this. And here you go. You can see him in his full-on dragon tattooed glory right there.
Yeah.
Dang. He's full-on dragon mode when he has more dragon scales than his predecessor here.
Master, yeah. And there's a lot of story to the tattoos that you will uncover in Inker that will leave you hopefully wanting more of my stories, which you will be able to receive.
Sick witches in here as well, which I can't wait to. The villains and the bad guys are my favorite, so I can't wait to see more about the bad people or the villains in here, because yes, that's my jam. That's the best.
The villain of Inker is amazing. She's a real piece of work. Here. Yeah, her, yeah. And you're gonna get to know her in Inker, and she is amazing, amazingly wicked.
Yes, I can't wait. So excited for demon weird people. I love it. I'm huge fan. Let's go.
That's awesome. I'm a big believer in
very cool.
Producing what you love, and I love all kinds of different aspects of fantasy, especially demons and devils and all that stuff. That is just so much fun to work with as the evil, and like as we spoke of earlier with Journey to the West, that story is full of different types of demons and monsters and dragons that cause lots of problems for the protagonists, and this story is no different from that. So there's challenges for Kentaro to try to overcome in the 72 pages, and you won't regret backing this book.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a shout out to the colors, and I dropped one more time Ollie and their channel right there. They do a lot of cool late night hangs. They do a lot of cool stuff where they're just talking about movies or ranting or talking about whatever books and stuff they're on. But they're really good peeps. Go follow them. I also have the link down below to their Twitter, which I might as well just drop down here again as well. So this is Ollie and the guys at 656. They did the coloring on it. Go get them there. And then Skunk Works is right here. Go check out Skunk Works. Skunk Works did a sick cover, which you can actually get a print of as well. It's absolutely fantastic. Go check them out. Yeah, that's been really cool stuff. And then I'm also going to drop the link one more time to your YouTube channel where you can go follow you. So hopefully you're going to be doing, you said, interviews and hopefully way more of the world building character lore as well on your channel. So yeah, go sub him up. And get him way more subs. Let's get you 10 by today. Let's do that.
Yes, thank you. 10 would be great. 50 is key because then I can actually do live streaming.
Live streaming. Yeah. Let's get you to 50. Let's balance this around. Let's go.
Yes,
Get
that would
you
be
out here.
great. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Before we get out of here, I had a very lovely, lovely chat talking with you. This sounds really cool. I'm gonna continue to keep plastering this all over the place. I think it's awesome. Before we get out of here, are you gonna have any other appearances, cons, or anything that you want to talk about?
There's no cons. My summer is really busy with kids. I got a couple of young ones, and
Hmm.
I like literally took to my time off work so that I could just manage them because we got some family
Yeah.
vacations and stuff. I have something in August with Mad Ruth where I'll be going onto that channel.
Okay.
There's a tattoo convention in Winnipeg where I'm located
Hmm.
here in Manitoba that I'm going to be setting up at, and that's in September. In October, we have a Comic Con of our own here. It's not like down in the States. Like there's Comic Cons everywhere in the States,
Yeah.
especially in Manitoba. Like there's Winnipeg, and then it's about like 500 miles before you hit the next real city.
It's like Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto. They do
Well,
a lot of
that's
cons that
yeah,
way. Then they do one. Then they do one way over there, like Vancouver,
totally.
Saskatoon. Yeah,
Yeah, so
over
like
that
this is
area.
going to be getting a lot of promotion, but it'll be through a lot
Okay.
of phone calls and whatnot where I'll be reaching out to different businesses, especially tattooists.
Yeah.
I think this is a book that is meant to be for sale in tattoo shops,
Yeah.
you know, especially at the soft
Tattoo
cover once I
shops,
get that
tattoo
going.
cons would be really good. There's a lot of really good kind of more adult themed cons or whatever, but I think this would be just I think this would kill at a bunch of different types of cons and shops. I think would be really cool. But tattoo
De-
shops would be awesome to have that at. Yeah.
Definitely. My goal right now is for the hardcover to make all the other dreams possible and get this
Yeah.
funded. This is for the hardcores who really love fantasy and are keen to support an independent creator that's producing something unique in this space. And I'm, as I said earlier, super patient. We're going to get things rolling, and then
Yeah.
we'll go into mass production in the future. I think
Very cool. I think that's amazing. Yeah.
yeah, it's really
So
fun, really exciting.
please, please go share this campaign around. If you have one of your own interview channels that you do yourself, invite them on there. Hopefully, more people will get you on so we can get this spread all over the place because I think it's just dope. I think it's awesome. It's definitely something I would want to read myself. And hopefully, the fireworks that my neighbors are doing are not too loud. You hear them popping off right now.
That's really funny.
But yeah, hopefully, yeah, this is awesome. I really want to see way more backers on this and get this out in people's hands because I think it's so super cool. And you said you're almost getting ready to printing
Mm-hmm.
and shipping already because
Yeah,
it's middle of June right now. Yeah.
I funded all of it on my own.
Yeah.
I have faith in the project that it will take
Yeah.
off. And as I said earlier, I'm super patient with it. I'm not in a rush
Mhm.
for,
Yeah.
to need to raise X amount of money in 30 days or 60 days.
Yeah.
This is a slow growth project, and I'm like I said previous, I'm producing a chapter of novel every week, maybe two every 2
Yeah.
weeks, and those are going to start getting released, especially once the book is released and the Substack is live, and those
Yeah.
people will be able to get those chapters. So for everybody who doesn't back the book, the chapters will be behind a paywall that people will need to pay a monthly subscription to. Whereas for people who back Inker at that $100 tier, they'll have lifetime access to the story. And the greater story of Child of Gods and Men is a real exploration between the kind of like the civilizations of men, which is that Cloud Peak city where all the powers and evils that happen in society take place. But then once you leave and you kind of go into the place where those monks live, and there's devils wandering around and there's monsters, and it's a totally different place. Now you're dealing with nature and dark gods and all of that. And then Inker is really a great weaving of those two narratives together because he comes from that wild place of gods and whatnot, but he makes his living in the city. And then the past catches up to him, and now he has to deal with it. And then in the greater scope, my major protagonist comes from that wild place, and he goes on a journey, oddly, to the west. And eventually he's going to get to Cloud Peak. And that's it's a big story, and people don't want to miss it. If you enjoyed, like, what is that called? Oh, shoot. It was just a TV show that was canceled. Not Game of Thrones. Brendan Sanderson took over writing it. Wheel of Time.
Oh, the
If
Wheel
you,
of Time. Mhm.
yeah, so that scope of like big world building and exploring and traveling through the
Yeah.
world, it's kind of comparable to that. But not he was wrote quite lighthearted, I would say. I'm a bit more
Okay.
heavy-hearted in the
Yeah.
writing.
That's cool. I really like that. I think that's really neat. Uh, I really like everything that I've seen on your campaign so far. I like all of the artwork. I like what I'm seeing. It looks very cool. It sounds amazing. I love the lore on this. I love the characters, design building, the world building. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really neat. Um, I think it's fantastic. So I hope more people go and check this campaign out because I think it's really, really cool. So that sounds awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but it's getting late here and I'm getting hungry, so I gotta go
Yeah,
get some food.
absolutely.
But stay backstage because I actually have some suggestions for your campaign to put on there. So
Sure, thank you.
what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get out of here. I'm just gonna wave because I don't have an outro, so you know how that works here. But thank you very much for coming in here. It was really cool, and thanks to everybody that was hanging with us. Thank you guys for that, and we're gonna get out of here. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Oh,
you.
before I get out of here,
Mhm.
I will be co-hosting again on SketchUp on Thursday on the 19th. So come, I might be doing some art. Come check me out. That is Thursday on the EXP at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Come check that out. And I can't remember what else has got going on, but yes, a lot of these between now and the end of the month. Come check it out. Also, the CBC Awards are now live. I think I've been nominated for a couple things. Go drop the link. Go vote. Go nominate people. Go check it all out. There you go. I don't remember when it ends, but yeah, go check that out. But we're gonna get out of here. Bye guys. See ya. Boom. Mm-mm-mm.